Hey everyone, welcome back to Switch Top. Today we're counting down the top 20 perfect Nintendo Switch games you can play right now in 2025. These are the absolute best games that got perfect scores, real 10 out of 10 masterpieces. Let's jump right in. Octopath Traveler 2 is an amazing RPG where you play as 8 different characters with their own stories that eventually connect. The game looks beautiful with its mix of old school pixel art characters on top of 3D environments. They call this HD 2D style. During the day, you can use each character's special path actions like charming people or stealing items, but at night, these abilities change. The battle system is super fun. You find enemy weaknesses, break their shield, then deal massive damage. Each character has a unique talent too, like the warrior who can boost attacks or the dancer who can buff the team. The stories are emotional without being too complicated, and the music is absolutely beautiful. If you love RPGs with turn-based battles and interesting characters, this is a must-play game that will keep you busy for over 60 hours.
What's our plan of attack? My spear shall strike true!
My turn. You've been
Ninth Dawn 3 is a massive open-world RPG that might not look fancy at first with its simple graphics, but don't let that fool you. This game is huge with tons of dungeons, secrets, and monsters to battle. You create your character and explore a massive world where you can go anywhere right from the start. The combat is easy to learn, you aim and attack in real time, use magic spells, and dodge enemy attacks. What makes this game special is how much freedom you have. Want to be a powerful wizard, a sneaky rogue, a strong warrior? You can be anything. There's also an awesome card game called Fayu within the game that's so fun you might spend hours just playing that. You can also tame monsters to fight alongside you, craft weapons and armor, cook food, fish, and so much more. It's like having multiple games in one, and it runs perfectly on the Switch in both handheld and docked mode. Monster Hunter Rise takes the monster hunting action we love and makes it faster and more fun than ever. You're a hunter in Komura Village, which is facing a monster emergency called the Rampage. The game lets you hunt massive monsters with 14 different weapon types, from giant swords to musical hunting horns, each with their own unique moves and combos. What makes Rise special is the wire bug, which lets you zip through the air, run up walls, and do powerful special attacks. You can also ride monsters in battle with the new Wyvern riding feature. After each hunt, you use monster parts to craft better weapons and armor, making you stronger for tougher hunts. The game has both a fun story mode you can play alone and multiplayer hunts where you team up with friends. With constant updates adding new monsters and events, this game keeps getting better. Pokemon Legends. Arceus changes everything we know about Pokemon games by taking us back in time to when people were afraid of Pokemon. You're sent to ancient Hisui region, which later becomes Sinnoh, to create the very first Pokedex. The biggest change is how you catch Pokemon. The world is split into big open areas where you can see Pokemon roaming around, and you can sneak up and throw Pokeballs without even starting a battle. Of course, you can still battle too, with a new system where faster Pokemon or moves might let you attack multiple times before the enemy gets a turn. You have to actually dodge attacks in the wild, or you'll get hurt. The story is more mysterious than usual Pokemon games, with you trying to calm powerful, noble Pokemon that have gone crazy. You also craft your own Pokeballs, potions, and other items using materials you find. It's the fresh take on Pokemon that fans have wanted for years. Stardew Valley is the perfect game to relax with after a long day. You play as a character who quits their boring office job to take over their grandfather's old farm. The game lets you do whatever you want at your own pace. Grow crops, raise animals, go fishing, explore caves filled with monsters, or just make friends with the town's interesting people. Each season brings different crops and events, and the game runs on a day-night cycle where you need to manage your energy and time. The more you play, the more secrets you discover, from mysterious forest spirits to desert ruins and even magical witch huts. You can even get married to one of the townsfolk and have kids. The crafting system lets you make useful items like sprinklers that water your crops automatically. There's no wrong way to play. You can focus on making money, decorating your farm, completing the community center bundles, or reaching the bottom of the dangerous mines. With multiplayer added, you can now share your farm life with friends too. Dragon Quest XI. S. Echoes of an Elusive Age. Definitive Edition is a perfect classic JRPG that anyone can enjoy. You play as the Luminary, a hero chosen by destiny to save the world from darkness. The story starts simple, but gets really interesting as you travel across a huge world and meet colorful companions who join your team. The battle system is turn-based, meaning you choose your attacks without rushing, making it perfect for both new and veteran players. What makes this game special is its heart and charm. The monsters are designed by Dragon Ball's creator Akira Toriyama and look amazing, from smiling slimes to weird creatures. The Switch version adds a ton of extra content, including a 2D mode that lets you play the entire game like an old-school NES RPG. There's also a fun casino, horse racing, crafting system, and tons of side quests. The voice acting is great, and the orchestrated music makes the adventure feel epic. If you've never played a JRPG before, this is the perfect place to start.
Go on! You can do it!
Unicorn Overlord is a fantastic strategy RPG where you play as Alen, the rightful heir to the throne who's building an army to take back his kingdom. What makes this game special is how it mixes strategic army movement on a big map with exciting auto-battle combat that you can influence with special commands. You recruit over 60 unique characters including humans, beast people, and even fantasy creatures like elves and angels. Each battle has your units fighting in formation, and how you arrange them creates different strategies and combo attacks. The game is easy to learn but has tons of depth in how you equip your units and build your army. Between battles, you free towns, help people with problems, and strengthen bonds between your characters, which makes them fight better together. The art style is beautiful with detailed character portraits and flashy battle animations, with multiple endings based on your choices and relationships. You'll want to play through more than once to see everything.
I shall protect you. Does this suit you?
Ready yourself!
You'll see no harm.
Animal Crossing: New Horizons is the perfect escape game where you create your own island paradise at your own pace. You start with just a tent on a deserted island and slowly build it into a thriving community filled with animal neighbors, each with their own personality. What makes this game special is that it runs in real time. If it's winter in real life, it's snowing in the game. Each day brings new surprises, from special visitors to seasonal events. You can catch bugs, fish, dive for sea creatures, dig up fossils for the museum, decorate your house, and design clothes. The terraforming tool lets you completely reshape your island by creating cliffs, rivers, and waterfalls however you want. There's no pressure or deadlines. You decide what your goals are, whether that's collecting all the fish or creating the perfect themed island. You can visit friends' islands or invite them to yours, and the game gets regular updates with new features and seasonal events. It's like having a little vacation you can carry anywhere. Hollow Knight is an amazing adventure game where you explore a mysterious underground kingdom of bugs called Hallownest. You play as a little knight with a nail, that's like a sword, who jumps, slashes, and dashes through beautifully hand-drawn caves, forests, and cities. What makes this game special is how it rewards exploration. There's always something cool to find when you venture off the beaten path. As you play, you collect charms that give you special powers like shooting fireballs or healing faster. The best part is how everything connects. You'll find shortcuts that link back to areas you've been before, making the world feel real and connected. The game can be challenging, with tough boss fights that test your skills, but it always feels fair. The story is told through clues in the environment and conversations with strange bug characters, letting you piece together what happened to this once great kingdom. With tons of secrets, multiple endings, and extra challenges for those who want them, this game will keep you hooked for dozens of hours. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the ultimate gaming celebration where over 80 characters from Nintendo and other game companies battle it out. The game is easy to understand, knock other players off the stage to win, but has enough depth that you can keep getting better for years. Each fighter has their own unique moves based on their original games, from Mario's fireballs to Pikachu's lightning and Link's arsenal of weapons. The controls are simple enough that anyone can pick up and play, but mastering a character takes time and practice. What makes Ultimate special is its massive content, over 100 stages, 900 music tracks, and a huge single-player adventure mode called World of Light, where you rescue fighters from an evil force. You can play with up to 8 players locally, battle online, or take on classic mode challenges. The game keeps getting better with regular balance updates and new fighters added through DLC. Whether you're playing casual matches with items and crazy stages, or competitive 1 vs 1 battles, there's something for everyone. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is Kirby's first real 3D adventure, and it's amazing! You play as the cute pink puffball who ends up in a mysterious world with abandoned buildings and wild nature taking over. Kirby's famous copy ability is back, letting him suck up enemies to steal their powers like a sword, ice, or fire abilities. But the game adds an awesome new power called Mouthful Mode, where Kirby stretches his whole body around big objects. He can become a car to zoom around, a vending machine to shoot cans, or even wrap around water to blast enemies. The levels are full of secrets and hidden Waddle Dees to rescue, and you can upgrade your copy abilities to make them stronger. There's also a fun hub world called Waddle Dee Town that grows bigger as you rescue more friends. You can even play the whole game in co-op with a friend, with colorful graphics, fun boss fights, and gameplay that's easy to learn but still has challenges for experienced players. This is the perfect Kirby game. Paper Mario. The Thousand Year Door is a remaster of the GameCube classic, and it's just as amazing in 2025. You play as a paper-thin Mario exploring the mysterious rogue port and searching for treasure behind the legendary Thousand Year Door. The battle system is super fun. It's turn-based, so you pick your moves without rushing, but you can time button presses to do extra damage or block attacks. What makes this game special is that battles happen on a stage with an audience. Do well and the crowd cheers, giving you more power. Plus, you can use special moves that interact with the paper world, like turning into a paper airplane or rolling into a tube. Throughout your adventure, you'll meet unique partners who join your team, each with special abilities that help solve puzzles and fight enemies. The writing is hilarious with tons of funny characters and situations that will make you laugh out loud. The remastered graphics look gorgeous while keeping the papercraft style that fans love. If you enjoy RPGs with personality and charm, this game is a masterpiece. Celeste is a beautiful platforming game about a girl named Madeline climbing a mysterious mountain while dealing with her inner struggles. The controls are super simple. You can jump, dash in the air once before landing again, and climb walls for a limited time. That's it, but the game combines these simple moves in clever ways that make each level feel fresh and exciting. The pixel art style looks gorgeous, with detailed characters and stunning mountain landscapes. As you climb higher, you'll face tougher challenges with moving platforms, spikes, wind that pushes you around, and strange blocks with different properties. What makes Celeste special is how forgiving it is. When you die, and you will a lot, you restart instantly at the beginning of the screen with no load times or penalties. There's also an assist mode that lets players adjust the game's difficulty if they're stuck. The touching story about overcoming anxiety and self-doubt is told through beautiful cutscenes, and the amazing soundtrack perfectly matches the emotional journey. The Legend of Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom takes everything great about Breath of the Wild and adds even more freedom and creativity. You play as Link in a Hyrule that's been transformed, now with floating sky islands above and a dark, mysterious underground below the surface. The game gives you 4 amazing new abilities that change how you play. Ultra Hand lets you stick objects together to build anything from simple rafts to complex vehicles. Fuse lets you combine weapons with objects to create powerful new tools. Ascend lets you pass through ceilings, and Recall can rewind an object's movement through time. These powers let you solve puzzles and fight enemies in ways no other game allows. Every player finds their own unique solutions. The story follows Link trying to find Princess Zelda after she disappears while investigating ancient ruins. With hundreds of shrines, side quests, and secrets to discover across 3 massive layers of the world, you could play for hundreds of hours and still find new surprises. Dead Cells is an action-packed game that combines fast-paced combat with a world that changes every time you play. You control a blob of cells that's taken over a prisoner's body in a cursed island, fighting through dungeons, sewers, and castles to figure out what happened to this ruined kingdom. The combat feels amazing. You dodge, roll, jump, and attack with tons of different weapons like swords, bows, whips, and magic spells. What makes Dead Cells special is that when you die, you start over, but you keep some upgrades and unlock new weapons for future runs. Each time you play, the levels are different with new layouts, enemies, and treasures to find. As you progress, you unlock permanent abilities like a vine that lets you climb walls, or a ground pound that breaks through floors. You'll discover over 150 different weapons and items to create your perfect build. The gorgeous pixel art looks smooth in motion with amazing lighting effects, and the game runs perfectly on Switch in both handheld and docked modes. Even after hundreds of runs, you'll still find new secrets and strategies. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is an epic RPG set in a world where 2 nations are locked in an endless war where soldiers only live for 10 years before their time is up. You follow Noah and Mio, soldiers from opposing sides who discover they can fuse together with their friends into powerful beings called Ouroboros. The battle system happens in real time, where you auto-attack enemies while positioning yourself to use special arts that do more damage from certain positions. What makes this game amazing is how much freedom you have. You can switch character classes anytime, customize how your team fights, and fuse into different Ouroboros forms with unique abilities. The world is huge with giant open areas areas to explore, filled with unique monsters, hidden treasures, and breathtaking views. The story tackles deep themes like the meaning of life and breaking free from endless cycles, but it's easy to follow and emotional, with over 100 hours of content, side quests that develop your companions' personalities, and a beautiful soundtrack featuring flutes. The game will keep you hooked from beginning to end. It's a perfect entry point to the series, even if you haven't played the others.
Your fate was sealed when you rose against us. I'm on your heels. I'll keep pelting them.
Check out what I've got in mind.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the biggest and best Mario Kart ever, now with all DLC tracks included for a massive total of 96 race courses. The game is easy to pick up. You race as Nintendo characters while collecting items to help you or mess up other racers. Power-ups like red shells home in on opponents, bananas make them slip, and the dreaded blue shell takes out whoever's in first place. What makes this version special is the anti-gravity racing that lets you drive on walls and ceilings, completely changing how tracks can be designed. The game has perfect controls that are easy to learn but take time to master, especially when you add techniques like drift boosting and trick jumps. There are 42 playable characters and tons of vehicle customization options to make your racer truly yours. The multiplayer is where Mario Kart truly shines. Up to 4 players can race on one Switch, or you can play online against people worldwide. With different engine classes that change the speed and difficulty, battle modes where you pop balloons instead of racing, and even assist features for younger players, there's something for everyone. It's the ultimate party game that never gets old. Hades is an amazing action game where you play as Zagreus, the son of Hades, who's trying to escape the underworld to find his long-lost mother. Each escape attempt takes you through randomly arranged rooms filled with different enemies, where you'll slash, shoot, and dash your way through intense combat that feels incredibly smooth and responsive. What makes Hades special is that dying isn't the end. Each time you return to the House of Hades, the story continues as you talk with Greek gods and mythological figures who each have something new to say. You'll slowly build relationships with these characters while also permanently upgrading your abilities for future escape attempts. During runs, you'll receive boons, special powers from Olympian gods like Zeus, Athena, and Poseidon that completely change how your attacks work. Lightning chains between enemies, reflective shields, or powerful knockback effects. With 6 different weapons that each play differently and thousands of possible power combinations, no 2 runs ever feel the same. The gorgeous art style, amazing voice acting, and rocking soundtrack make this one of the best roguelike games ever made.
Dead to the last.
Metroid Prime Remastered brings one of gaming's greatest adventures to Switch with stunning updated graphics and smooth modern controls. You play as bounty hunter Samus Aran, exploring the mysterious planet Talon 4 that's been corrupted by a dangerous substance called Phazon. What makes this game special is how it blends first-person shooting with exploration and puzzle solving. Your arm cannon has different beam types, like ice that freezes enemies, or plasma that burns through certain barriers, and you'll need to switch between them to progress. The scan visor lets you learn about the world by scanning plants, enemies, and ancient writings, creating one of gaming's most immersive worlds. As you explore, you'll find upgrades like the Morph Ball that lets you roll through tiny passages, the Grapple Beam to swing across gaps, and the Space Jump for reaching high places. The game is designed like one giant interconnected world where new abilities open paths to areas you couldn't reach before. With the remastered graphics at 60 frames per second and multiple control options including motion aiming, this classic has never played better. It's a masterclass in atmosphere and world design. Super Mario Odyssey is the ultimate 3D Mario adventure that's bursting with creativity and joy in every moment. You play as Mario traveling to different kingdoms in his hat-shaped ship, the Odyssey, to stop Bowser from forcibly marrying Princess Peach. What makes this game revolutionary is Cappy, Mario's living hat that lets you capture enemies and objects to control them. You can become a T-Rex to smash through rocks, a frog to jump super high, or even a zipper to open new paths. There are over 50 things to capture, each with unique abilities. The worlds are like playground sandboxes filled with power moons to collect, from the food-themed Luncheon Kingdom to the urban New Donk City where real-looking humans tower over Mario. The game controls perfectly, with Mario having more moves than ever before, like rolling, throwing Cappy to make platforms, and using captures creatively. There are over 800 power moons to find, hidden behind platforming challenges, puzzles, races, and boss fights. With gorgeous graphics, an amazing soundtrack that changes musical styles with each kingdom, and so much heart and polish in every detail, Odyssey represents everything that makes Nintendo special. There you have it, the top 20 perfect Nintendo Switch games you can play right now in 2025. From epic adventures to challenging platformers and action-packed roguelikes, these games show why the Switch is such an amazing console. Which game on this list is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And if you think I missed any perfect games, tell me what you would have included. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Switch Top for more Nintendo Switch videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.